Yo, what's up guys? So today I'm going to show you how to fatigue or infinite wall bounce without tap strafing. So even if you do tap strafe, you will still benefit from this because I happen to do these keyboard inputs even when I am tap strafing. It'll make it easier to control your direction. So it's definitely a good idea to learn how to wall bounce without tap strafing. Now this still uses lurch to some degree, so controller players will not really be able to follow most of these steps. But there's still some pretty useful information that a controller player can utilize. Well, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright, so a brief recap on jump fatigue. So your first jump off the ground is really high and all subsequent jumps are a lot lower because your legs are just tired. So knowing this, your high jumps wall bounces you downwards, while a fatigue jump wall bounces you upwards. And using this, we can do fatigue bounces or infinite wall bounces. One other thing we'll do a brief recap over is wall running. So if you didn't know, you can wall run by simply just holding a side input on the wall. You hold left to go to the left, and you hold right to go to the right. And you can chain this into a wall bounce. What people don't know, however, is that you can actually wall run backwards. So I like to call this a reverse wall run, and it's actually super useful for changing the direction you want to launch off the wall. This is going to be really useful later on. But this is pretty much the only way a controller player, for instance, could change their direction after a wall bounce. This part is kind of off topic, but I'd really like to see a controller player do this. Pretty much reverse wall runs into like continuous fatigue bounces. Theoretically, this gives you perfect air strafes because you never have to let go of your strafe key. But anyways, I'm going to get into the real guide now. Alright, so firstly, let's go over the first wall bounce. The first thing you want to do is jump to get fatigue, hold W, and then jump towards the wall. Now at this point, you're going to wait till you hear the sound of you mantling the wall. At that point, you're going to let go of W and hit A to wall run. So just like that. To make sure you practice this transition from W to a side input multiple times, the timing is extremely crucial to whether you'll get a proper wall bounce or not. So just try these two inputs. You don't even have to try bouncing. And once you gain confidence, of course, you can wall bounce out of it. I can't stress enough that I do this transition out of every single wall bounce with this exact timing. Alright, so you just saw me do it, but I'm going to show you how to wall bounce in one direction continuously. So all you do is, you see right here, right after the wall bounce, you're still holding your side input from the wall run. You're simply going to let go of your side input, hit W, and then hit the opposite side input. So just like that, from this point you can just hold the opposite side input until you air strafe towards the wall, and then you repeat. So practice doing this a couple of times until you get the hang of it. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys how to switch directions. So at its core, this is just reverse wall running. And what I mean by reverse wall running is instead of wall running to the right here, I wall run to the left. So once again, I'm going to hold down W until I hear the climbing animation, and at that point I am going to switch to A. So at this point, all you have to do is let go of A, hit W, and then hit the opposite side input so you can air strafe back into the wall. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys how to turn corners. The inputs are a little different, they're kind of weird. So basically what you're going to want to do is right after your wall run, you're going to jump, let go of the wall run input, click it again, and then hit W as well as the opposite side input. So the most common mistake I see when people fatigue bounce is they hit their first bounce, but on the second one, they'll fail it and think they still have jump fatigue. When in reality, if you mantle a wall without hitting jump, you instantly lose jump fatigue. On the other hand, if you hit jump while failing a wall bounce, you maintain jump fatigue. So spamming jump is not necessarily a bad idea. Anyways, guys, that's all I got. Let me know what topics you want tutorials about. Maybe I'll show you how to do this, and then miss all your shots. That's up to you guys. Anyways, goodbye.